So I had somebody ask me on how to make a sphere or a ball or kind of like a head or that. And they all have the basic shape. So I'm actually just going to show you how to make a ball. And you can use it as a head or a body or anything like that. With amigurumi, like round items are like the big thing. So let me go over and show you how I make mine. This may not be the way that you make yours, but this is how I make mine. So first we're going to start with the magic circle. I have a tutorial on how to do that. So if you don't know how to do that, you can look at that. So we're going to start with 6 in a magic circle. And 6. Then pull it tight. And then when doing amigurumi, you don't want to pull it all the way through and do a slip. You just want to do a regular stitch, because you don't want to close it off, because you want to do a continuous round. So now we're going to actually do increases all the way around. So how to increase, you basically go into the first stitch you did and do 2 single crochets in there. And that's 1. And you want to go all the way around till you have 12 stitches, so 2 in each. Okay, now that we have 2 in each, so we have 12, we're going to do a single crochet and then increase. So in the first one, we'll do a single crochet. And then the second, we'll increase. Like so. And then you'll do that 6 times, so you'll go around and do it 6 times. So it looks like this. As you can see, it's slowly getting bigger. So now we're going to do the next round, which is actually going to be 2 single crochets and an increase. So we'll go 1, 2, and increase. And we're actually going to continue that around until we have 6 of them. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning again. So now we'll actually do 3 single crochets and an increase. So we'll go right here. There's 1, 2, 3 single crochets and 1 increase. And we'll actually go around and do that 6 times. So now we're right here. So we're going to do now 4 single crochets and an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. And then we're actually going to do that 6 times around, just like before. Okay, and that's where we are on this. So you can stop here and continue. You can continue to make it as big as you want, but I usually go to 4, and then I take my tail and I put it in the last stitch, just kind of slide it through, so I know where that row ends. You can use any kind of thing to put in there. I tend to use, the strand that's there. You can use stitch markers, but that's how I do it. And now that you've got that far, what you'll want to do is just single crochet all the way around for 5 rows. And that'll end up rounding it out. So we'll start with single crochet. And then just continue all the way around. Okay, now that we did 5 rows, it should look something like this, where it's increased in like height, and it's kind of got that roundish shape to it. So now we're going to do the next step, which we can move the stitch marker and actually maybe place it in the last stitch I just did. And you can do that through each row that you do. You can move the stitch marker, but I like to do it at the end. Personal preference. But now we're going to start the decrease rows. So we're actually going to do everything we did, but backwards. So we're going to do 4 single crochets and a decrease. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. And that's how I like doing my decreases. And you're going to do this 6 times. 3, 4. And how I do my decrease is into one stitch, pull a loop. Into the next, pull a loop. Pull a loop, go through it all. And there's your decrease. But you're going to want to do that 6 times. So now for the next decrease row, we're going to do 3 single crochets and a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and decrease. And we'll do 6 of those. Now we'll do the next decrease row, which is going to be 2 single crochets and a decrease. So we'll go 1, 2, and then a decrease. And you'll do that all the way around 6 times. Okay, now that we're at this point, this is where I usually like to stuff it and put eyeballs in. So I'm actually just going to pull my hook up like this to leave a nice long strand so I can remove it. And then we can flip it around and look at it and decide where we want to put the eyes and stuff it. So now that I have the eyeballs in and it's stuffed, I'm going to continue around. Now you don't have to put the eyeballs in if you're just going to do like a round sphere, but I'm doing an actual like body for a character, so I kind of wanted to show you the eyes in as well. So we're actually going to do 1 single crochet and decrease. So we'll go 1 single crochet and decrease. And when you're doing this, you're going to want to go as tight as you can, because otherwise it'll start showing through. Decrease. And you're going to want to do this 6 times all the way around. So we're at this point now, and you can do just your decreases all the way around to close it up, but I like to go one more round of single crochet and decrease. And if you do it that way, you'll have to do 3 of them. So we'll do 1 single crochet and a decrease, and then just continue it around. And now that I have just the tiny opening, I'm just gonna decrease around to close it up. We're just gonna go and then the last stitch you want to do, you just want to put it in somewhere in one of the stitches. I can get under it like that, and then pull it through, then pull it all the way through to do a slip stitch like that. And then we'll cut the end, pull it tight. This was the, and then you can either use a needle and pull it through, or you can use your crochet hook, pull it through, and there's a nice round body or head. And depending on the yarn and the hook you use, you can make it bigger or smaller, but this is the size mine made, and it'll make all kinds of different critters. So I turned mine into a little oddish. Isn't he cute? He's got his little leaves and everything. Honestly, the possibilities are really endless. As long as you get that ball shape down, you can make anything. And I really do mean anything. Even a cute little oddish. I hope you guys liked the video, and yeah, if you have any other ideas of other videos, tutorials, or that, let me know. I'd be glad to do them. Thank you.